So I'm at Rush, seeing the ear doctor follow up. And my symptoms were, I could feel, when I lay down, I could hear my heartbeat in my ear, my left ear. And this probably went on for like around 3 months on and off. And I was trying to figure out if it was, if I was stressed or what have you. And so finally I was able to get in to see the ear doctor. And maybe I saw him a month or two ago, and he wanted me to follow up today. But I told him I had came here, could have been 5-10 years ago, and I was telling them that in my left ear, it felt like it was something there, and so when they stuck something down there, my ear started to bleed, and I still had the same problem. But with this particular doctor, I guess he had a bright light, and he went down and he found little small pieces of Q-tip. And they always tell you do not put Q-tips in your ears, but you know, people always do it. But I never would have imagined. And so he took out 3 little small pieces, and he showed me how one piece with, you know, some wax was on it, and I think it was laying right on the eardrum. So it probably had caused a vibration. But I'm gonna see if I can ask him if I could record him explaining the situation, because when he removed it, I didn't have any more issues at all, period. And today is Wednesday, January 8, 2025. And they told us that while we were sitting here, we had to put on a mask. Okay, so it's okay to record you.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
So how are things?
It's really good, and I just want to have a conversation about that, cuz
Okay.
I guess it had been like 5 years, maybe 10 years that I came here, and I felt like something was in my ear, and whoever I saw at that time, I think it had started bleeding, it was irritated. So over the course of the years, you know, it just had got worse. Prior to me seeing you, I was starting to hear like my heartbeat in my ear. And when I came in, and when you looked, you extracted like 3 small pieces of Q-tip with wax. And you know, I've heard people say, oh, never put stuff in your ear, but everybody does it. And they, you know, with Q-tips, with your ears, or with makeup and all of that. And so when it came out, I was like, oh my God, you know, I couldn't believe it, you know, and I didn't get a chance to take a picture.
Sure.
But the thing is after I left, no more, you know, hearing of
Your heartbeat.
Yeah. Good. So what is your take on that?
I think what happened is you occluded your eardrum from the outside, and if you just take your finger and do this, you can't hear from the outside, so you hear the internal sounds more. And that's why you're hearing your heartbeat in your ear. There's a couple of vessels that kind of run behind. There's one big vessel that runs behind
jugular vein, right?
The big jugular vein, right next to the ear. So as it's moving, you're hearing that flow, which is normal.
Okay.
But if you occlude your ear from the outside, you're gonna hear all the internal sounds more. So I
oh
think
my God, because it seemed like I would only hear it at night, and I was like, what is happening?
Especially if you lie on that side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm glad that taking that stuff out helped.
Yeah, so it did. So I just, you know, because I'm sure a lot of people have it, you know, because a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not easily fixed though.
Yeah, because when I told my youngest daughter, I said, Khadija, don't use Q-tips no more. Don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But before you know it, you're doing the outer or whatever.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to clean your ears, especially if you swim and you get, swimmer's ears, and first thing you think is
I mean, using a kind of just a washcloth to dry it out is fine. Or if it's dry and you want to just wet it a little bit and clean it out from the outside. But the ears are self-cleaning. Meaning that it will push out the wax on its own. It's very special skin in the ear canal that's always moving out.
Oh, okay.
So if we I kind of gave the example earlier. If I put an ink dot on your eardrum today, in 3 weeks it's going to be out here because it's always moving out and cleaning itself.
Oh my goodness!
So and the wax is good for your ear.
Oh,
It helps protect it. It's like the wax on the inside of a paper cup, so it doesn't get wet and soggy. And some people have a problem with they don't make enough wax.
Oh, okay.
And then the fungus grows in the ear and that sort of thing. So I don't think you had a lot of wax. You just were pushing it in more and more.
Oh,
so
wow.
I would just leave the ears alone if they're not bothering you.
Okay.
Would be my recommendation.
Okay. And can I ask you, how long have you been in practice, or?
About independently, about 5 months now.
And I was just looking up, and they say, now, do you just specialize with the ear, or is it the ear, nose, and throat?
I was trained in everything, but I mainly deal with the ears.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
And you want to say your name? Because I know it's Dr.
Elrakhawy.
Now, you pronounce it different. Elrakhawy.
Elrakhawy, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And your first name is Mohamed.
That's right.
Okay. One worthy of praise. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of
I just
course.
wanted to have
nice
this.
seeing you.
Thank you. So I wanted to add a recording. Just a little something, but I had like my left ear. Maybe it was in 2010, because the young lady, she looked it up on a computer, and she said, at that time I didn't see an ear specialist. I saw like a general doctor, and when they looked in my ear, they flushed it out with water, and it seemed like he punctured it. He stuck something in there, and it was bleeding, but I still had the feeling in my ear that something was like lodged in it. And this went on for years, and it got to the point that I could hear my heartbeat through my ear. And there's a term for it. And the thing is that I don't know if it's called tendinitis or something, but I'm gonna look it up and do a screenshot. But I was able to get in and see an ear specialist, just doctor, and he was excellent. And come to find out, it was like 3 very, very small pieces of Q-tip in my ear, and it's been there for years. And because he's an ear specialist, and he had like a very bright light where he looked in there, and didn't have any bleeding, and he's very good. So I mean, I highly recommend him, because sometimes they just send you to a general doctor, and I'm like, I could have had this resolved way back in 2010. So this doctor is at Rush, and he is excellent. And don't use Q-tips in your ears.